Hello YouTube, Suzaku Blitz here with part 2 of my Mega Man 4 MI run. Today's episode we're taking on Dustman, who is the next robot master in line in the weakness chain. Yep, he's weak to Toad, which is now the abbreviated version of saying White Magic Toad. I said I was going to showcase Toad, but that won't come into a bit later because of the fact I'm being ultra conservative on my weapon energy. The great thing about this game is that the weapons have been rebalanced, so a lot of the weapons feel powerful or useful and have a finite amount of shots while seeming like, why do I only have 4 shots of this weapon? Which is great. What Toad does, it's a board wipe, it's a screen wiper. It turns everything on the screen into a Toad, and if there's a crap ton of things on the screen, it will cause some serious lag. So keep that in mind when you're actually using Toad in big rooms. Or not big room, enemy full rooms. So this section of the stage is a furnace. The idea is to get to the end of it before the temperature gauge reaches the top, or you're going to go ahead and get toasted. It won't kill you instantly, but it will do some damage and reset the gauge, and then charging significantly faster. So blazing through this as quickly as possible is incredibly useful. As demonstrated in my last part, trying to shoot this thing to death is kinda useless. So it's best just, since you have piercing charge shots, you might as well just shoot right through them and try to hit the switch when you realize you don't need to jump to hit the switch. In this section, you're trying to avoid getting hit by the wall because it knocks you forward and does a ridiculous amount of damage. This is also where you learn, or I learned, that it's just easier just to blow things up, not using a non-charge shot, because of the fact that the charge shot itself only does like double damage instead of maybe triple or quadruple in standard Mega Man games. So it's very useful to just rapid fire the small fries. Oh, and jump here. And try not to get crushed, like I almost did there. But yeah, just not using non-charge shots against the small fry is more useful just because of the fact that you can just put more damage on them a lot faster. Charge shots are more useful against bosses because of the fact they have a significant amount of invincibility frames, so you want to maximize your damage per hit on them when you can. Unfortunately, well, there's no unfortunately, that's just what you gotta do. This is one of those levels or sections where I should have just abused the crap out of Toad, especially because of the fact that it just helped my progression through here a lot faster, and Toad, you probably get using about, I think, 4 energy per shot, so you get a ton of shots with it, especially with the energy balancer. It's very easy to keep it topped up all the time. So this is the mini-boss room, pretty much. The goal is to basically not survive. You can't destroy any blocks. The easiest way to do is basically bury yourself under a whole crap ton of blocks in the bottom left corner, because of the fact that the blocks can't actually fly through the blocks, so once you're in this corner, you're totally safe. The next room is Dustman's room, so you get to show off Toad then. Dustman has 3 types of attacks. He usually does in order. First thing he does is he fires his Dust Crusher a couple of times, just like in the original Mega Man 4. Also like in the original Mega Man 4, once the Dust Collector is in the same vertical line as Mega Man, it explodes into bits. The slight difference is when it explodes into bits, it doesn't explode in diagonals, it can explode in a variety of directions, so jumping straight up isn't always safe. The second attack it does is it tries to inhale Mega Man, like so, and the third one it starts spitting things out at Mega Man. If Mega Man is actually inhaled, it becomes an R-tank, and then he tries to jump on you. When he jumps on you, you die. As you can tell, I'm using Toad in very specific instances. Basically, when he's trying to inhale, there's me turning into an R-tank. Just wiggle quickly, and you'll escape. But you can only really hurt Dustman when you turn his dust into Toads and he eats it. And as you can see, Robot Master is extremely allergic to their weakness, so it makes the game a whole lot easier after you start going down the weakness chain on the first boss. So yeah, that takes care of Dustman, and for your efforts you get Recycle Inhaler, which has a lot of applications that I will talk about in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and take care.